Hello, everybody. This is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Sunday morning to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals for the 0001 Lakers. And we had just swept the 97-98 Utah Jazz in a 4-0 Western Conference first round playoff. So we swept the Utah Jazz. So we are automatically in the second round of the NBA playoffs. So I'm really excited for what will happen after this round, which will be the Western Conference Finals, which I'm pretty sure we will probably play against the 07-08 Houston Rockets. And then coming around finals time, the 0001 Sixers will be in the discussion, and it's going to be a 21-year anniversary of the 2001 NBA Finals. So we're going to show you the uniforms that we'll see into tip-off. All right, so Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets are going to be wearing their powder blue away uniforms from the Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson era. And Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers are going to be wearing their classic gold home uniforms from 99 through 2018. So the Lakers, they had no white uniforms up until 2002, which they wore mainly on Sundays, which was they called it their Sunday white. So they just wore white at home on Sunday home games. So without any further ado, we'll see you guys at tip-off. All right, it is tip-off time here at the Staples Center. So it is the LA Lakers that have won tip-off. So Horace Grant is going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant, number 8. He is going to shoot a 3 to start off the game for the LA Lakers. So now it is Marcus Camby going to pass it over to Quinn Cook. And Quinn Cook had never played with the Denver Nuggets. And Marcus Camby makes that dunk happen, and is now 2-3. Case if you guys were wondering why J.R. Smith was not in 2K22. He's not in for the 11-12 New York Knicks, the 15-16 Cleveland Cavaliers, and he is not with this team. They must have not given him the naming rights to use him on the classic teams for 2K. So now it is Carmelo Anthony going to pass it over to Kenyon Martin. So now it is going to be 7-4. Kobe Bryant going to pass it over to D-Fish and then back to Bryant. So Bryant is going to pull another 3, and it's now going to be 10-4 here in Los Angeles, California in the 2-1-0, 2-1-3 and 3-1-0. So Kobe Bryant makes a steal, and it's now 12-4. Kobe Bryant has 8 points, so he's leading the team in points. So now Bryant makes a steal. He is going to go up in the paint, and it's now 14-4. So now Quinn Cook has possession of the basketball. Looks like he lost possession of it. Derek Fisher scooping it up for the Lakers. So he's going to get that layup in there, and it's now going to be 16-4. Quinn Cook with possession of the basketball, losing it. Shaquille O'Neal picking it up. 5 steals for the Lakers. And they've had 8 fast break points, so we are actually going to take a small break here. Carmelo Anthony hits a 3 for the Denver Nuggets. So now it is Brian Shaw going to pass it over to Tyronn Lue, and then Robert Horry going to pass it over to Brian Shaw. So Brian Shaw hit a 3-pointer to end the first quarter last episode in Game 4 for the LA Lakers when they played against the Utah Jazz at the Delta Center. And it is Carmelo Anthony going to pass it over to Eduardo Nahara. So now they're going to pass it over to Davis. 40 seconds to go, and they miss that 3. So they pick up the offensive rebound and they score it in. So we're going to pass it over to Devian George, and then Mark Madsen. Gonna pass it over to Tyronn Lue, and then Robert Horry. Gonna do some ball movement here. He's gonna make a three, and it's now gonna be 24-12 here in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. So now Carmelo Anthony, he's gonna go up in the paint. He gets blocked, and now Brian Shaw, he's gonna try to shoot it in from nearly half court. And Devian George picks up that offensive rebound for the Lakers, and he gets that in. 4 seconds to go in the first quarter here in LA. I don't think they're going to make that three to end the first. They do not. Lakers lead this one by 14. All right, this is the beginning of the second quarter. Denver has possession. Carmelo Anthony, the Syracuse product, he's going to go up near the paint, scoring that in for 2. So now Carmelo Anthony has 8 points in this episode. And it is now Kobe Bryant going to make this three from behind the arc. And it is now going to be 29-14. And it is now Allen Iverson, the Georgetown product, who got drafted in 1996. The same year as Kobe Bryant, by the way. And Devian George has a shooting foul. So this means that Allen Iverson's going to go to the free throw line. He gets his first few points of the game. So AI makes it in for another attempt. He actually gets it in there, so it is good. So now we're going to pass it over to Brian Shaw, and then Devian George, and then some Derek Fisher. Going to step back, pull it in from 3. Gets it in, so it's now 32-16. Allen Iverson going to pass it over to Quinn Cook, who is never, like I said, he was probably in school-aged in 07-08. So now it is Kobe Bryant making that dunk, and it's now 34-18 here at the Staples Center. So now Kobe, he's looking red hot. He's been looking red hot all series now, and Kobe's going to make a steal. He makes that dunk happen, and it's now 36-18. 17 points today, and he has 8 of which are in the paint so far. So now Allen Iverson and the Denver Nuggets take a timeout. So we are actually going to take a break. All right, the break is over. So now Derek Fisher is going to pass it over to Shaquille O'Neal. So Shaquille O'Neal gets it in there for 2 points. So it's now 44-27. Denver's trailing by 17. Carmelo Anthony, where is he going to take this direction to? He's going to get it in there, and it's now 44-29. So it's Shaquille O'Neal going to go in the paint for 2, and it's now 46-29. 14 points, so Carmelo Anthony loses it. Marcus Camby picks it up. So now Carmelo's going to pass it over to Allen Iverson, and then Iverson's going to pick up the assist, and it's now 46-31. So Denver, 12 for 16, that is 75%. Not the greatest, but Allen Iverson did have a shooting foul. So this means Kobe Bryant will go to the free throw line, gets it in there, so it's now 49-31. Allen Iverson with the possession of the basketball, by the way. And it looks like he loses possession of it, and he does. So I'm going to pass it over to Shaquille O'Neal. Makes a slam dunk, and it's now 51-31. So the Lakers are up by 20 points even. And now it is Carmelo Anthony going to pass it over to Eduardo Nahara. Gets it in there for 17. So now we're going to pass it over to Shaquille O'Neal. Gets it in, but there is a foul. Stephen Hunter has the foul there, and I don't think, nope, he doesn't get that free throw opportunity. So they get that layup, and it's now 53-36. So we're going to pass it over to Kobe. And Kobe Bryant gets it in there from behind the arc. It is now 56-36. And it is 92 points scored total by both teams. And now Carmelo Anthony hitting a three to end the first half. So 2.1 seconds to go. Kobe Bryant hits a three, buzzer beater, makes it in, and it's now a 19-point Los Angeles Lakers lead to end the first half. So the LA Lakers 58, the Denver Nuggets 39. All right, this is now the beginning of the second half. Carmelo Anthony going to pass it over to Allen Iverson, and Iverson going to pass it over to Quinn Cook. So Quinn Cook's going to pass it over to AI, gets it in there for two, and it's now a 17-point trail by the Nuggets. So now it is Kobe going to make a three for LA, and it's now going to be 61-41. So now it is Quinn Cook with possession of the basketball, and Quinn Cook's going to pass it over to Allen Iverson, but Iverson loses possession. Horace Grant going to pass it over to Shaquille O'Neal, and it's been the same situation for the 07-08 Nuggets, kind of like our 2012-13 Miami Heat, with active players being on classic teams that they weren't even playing on. So for the 2012-13 Heat, they had Aaron Bynes and Jeff Teague as their active players, even though they didn't play for those teams at that point. So now Shaquille O'Neal misses that three throw, and it's now a 22-point LA Lakers lead. So now Marcus Camby, he's going to pass it over to Quinn Cook and then to Allen Iverson. So AI is going to get this one in for two, and it's now 45-65. Kobe Bryant with 28 points, and I think Allen Iverson has 18. Kobe makes a three, and the Nuggets are going to take a timeout. All right, the break is over, so we're going to pass it over to Ron Harper. We're going to pass it over to Tyronn Lue, but that ended up turning it over to the Nuggets, and it is Quinn Cook. There is a foul on Ron Harper with a shooting foul, so there's Quinn Cook at the free-throw line getting it in there. So now we got Derek Fisher on the court for the Lakers. The Little Rock, Arkansas native gets that one in for two, and it's now 72-53. And now it is Quinn Cook with possession of the basketball. Where is he going to actually take this to? Going to pass it over to Marcus Camby. And we're going to pass this one over to Ron Harper. So now Ron Harper makes a slam dunk, and it's now 74-55 here in Los Angeles, California. So now Eduardo Nahara going to pass it over to Quinn Cook for a three, and it's now going to be 74-58. Derek Fisher with the possession of the basketball. Where is he actually going to take this one up to? Gets it in the paint there. Carmelo Anthony has a foul, and Derek Fisher is going to go to the free-throw line for the Los Angeles Lakers. He gets that one in, and it's now 77-58. So if Denver wants to win this game, they've got to shoot the ball a little bit better. So now Eduardo Nahara losing the basketball. It goes out of bounds. The Lakers now have possession of it. I don't think we changed up our depth charts, did we? Maybe not. Maybe a little bit, but not too much of it. Davion George going to pass it over to Derek Fisher. So Derek Fisher getting it in, and it's now 79-58, 37.6 seconds to go. And it is Quinn Cook making that nice spin move. Going to pass it over to Allen Iverson. So AI gets it in there. And we're going to pass it over to Ron Harper. Maybe some Tyronn Lue, and then Horace Grant. Maybe some Derek Fisher along the line. So now we're going to get this one in, and it's now 81-60, 21-point lead And we're actually going to do some depth chart substitutions. All right, this ends the third quarter here in Los Angeles. The Lakers are up by 21 points against the Denver Nuggets, so it is now 81-60, end of third quarter score. And Carmelo Anthony is getting very familiar with his future home site, which he now plays for the team. He now plays with the Lakers with LeBron James. State Farm assist of the game is coming right up. So now it is Derek Fisher passing it over to Shaquille O'Neal. And it is now our possession of the basketball finally for the fourth quarter. And now we're going to use some Kobe Bryant in some action. So Kobe gets this one in for 2 points, and it's now 83-60. Kobe Bryant now has 35 points in all, and Quinn Cook's going to pass it over to Stephen Hunter and Allen Iverson with that lob. He didn't really dunk it in, but he did get a lob score out of that, so we're going to dunk that in with Kobe Bryant. So it's now 85-62, the slam cam, and it is 37 points for Kobe Bryant and 12 points in the paint. He had won the 98 slam. He was in the 97 slam dunk contest at age 18, Kobe Bryant, and 5 years prior to his appearance at the slam dunk champion, his second cousin Cedric Ceballos actually won the slam dunk contest in 92 when he played for the Phoenix Suns, and they were teammates for quite a bit of time. Well, in Bryant's rookie season, Allen Iverson makes a three for the Denver Nuggets. So now we're going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant. So he's going to do a crossover, trying to get that one in for 2 points. So it's now going to be 89-67. Kobe Bryant with 41 points and 8 in this quarter. That's the jersey number he wore for his first 10 seasons of his NBA career. And before the Nuggets took the break, him and his second cousin, Cedric Ceballos, their grandfathers were brothers. I had forgotten to say that earlier in the video, just a couple seconds ago. So now they lose the basketball, but then Marcus Camby picks it up. Allen Iverson going to pick up the assist, and Quinn Cook makes that three, and it's now going to be 92-72. If Bryant makes that three, he does not, but he will get a second chance at it because Mark Madsen picked up an offensive rebound, and it's now 92-72 with 100 seconds to go. They're going to pass it over to Quinn Cook, gets that three in there, and it's now 92-75. So now Kobe Bryant going to go in the paint. He's going to get it in for 2, and it's now 94-75. Kobe Bryant, 46 points and 1 assist. Allen Iverson with 22, I think, on the day for him. So now it is Kobe going in the paint. Actually gets blocked there. But the Lakers still have possession of the basketball with only 1:20 to go in the fourth. And now they give it to Quinn Cook and the Denver Nuggets. So Quinn Cook actually did win a championship with the LA Lakers. It'll be 2 years, October the 11th. It is now April 10th, 2022 at the release of this episode. And Ron Harper makes a three flat, and it is good. So it's now 97-77. All right, Kobe Bryant is your player of the game for the Los Angeles Lakers. I will explain the numbers after the game. So now Kobe Bryant out on the court. He is going to make a three to score the team's 100th point of the game. And it's now 100-77. So Denver is down by 23. Kobe Bryant with a reach-in foul. Evidently Denver has possession, and it looks like they're going to pass it over to Smith. These generic players pop up. each time when you play the classic teams because uh, not every player on that actual classic team has the full rights to 2K Sports, so they're gonna go in the paint there, and it's now gonna be 100 to 79. So Kobe Bryant is gonna go up to the near the paint, gets that in. It's now 102-79, and they're gonna pass it over to Smith, and now Smith, he's gonna dribble this one out. I don't think they're really gonna make that opportunity. Kobe, buzzer beater to end the game. Lakers win it for game one of the semis. And I'm going to go over the numbers right now. All right, Kobe Bryant, player of the game. 54 points in all, 1 assist, 7 steals, and 5 dunks on the day for him. 9 for 10 from behind the arc. Shaquille O'Neal, 22 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 dunk for him today. Derek Fisher, 14 points, 2 assists, 1 steal on the day. Ron Harper, 5 points, 2 assists. Robert Horry had 3 points. Brian Shaw with 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Mark Madsen did not score any points. He did have an offensive rebound in the game. So Allen Iverson had 22 points, 2 assists on the day, 4 for 4 from behind the arc. Quinn Cook, 18 points, 7 assists, 1 steal. He did not do the greatest job in 3-point shooting today, but I think he'll probably do better along the lines throughout the next few episodes. Carmelo Anthony, 18 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists on the day. Marcus Camby had 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 block on the day, and had a dunk there. So this wraps it up for game one of the semifinals. We'll see you guys in game two.